Are we live? I think so. Cool. Greetings, fellow aliens. I'm playing Dyson Sphere program again. And as the title that I've hopefully updated says, chatting about whatever. I decided to try having like a topic for every stream, but I don't really have one this time. Like a non-game related topic. So my goal at this point was to fix my science production, and I don't remember what the problem was, although it must have something to do with this construction that I'm standing in when I last saved the game. So we've got some, what are they called? Ray receivers, right. They're called ray receivers because they receive the rays of energy from our Dyson swarm, which is not currently visible in the sky. Or is it? Oh, there it is, a little bit over the... oh, there it is, yeah. And convert it into... what are they called? Excited photons? Critical photons. Whatever critical might mean. And these ones are what? Not having enough power? This one's doing fine. Why can't you guys be more like your brother? Oh. Who just switched off. I don't know. Maybe I need to have these near the pole so they're always illuminated. This is pretty close to the pole, isn't it? Completely not near either pole. So I need these critical photons for what? Something related to antimatter. Aha, yeah, they're going into these particle colliders, which collide the photons, I guess, and then produce a hydrogen anti-hydrogen pair, which is like an actual thing in physics. I don't know if they produce hydrogen and anti-hydrogen directly, but you know, creative liberties and all that, and produce hydrogen and antimatter, which I then use the antimatter for and ship it out via this tower and use it for making the white science, which is not a euphemism. It's just a type of science. It's universe matrix type of cube produced by science research stations. So, I mean, I could just leave this like it is and let it only produce it while these are in the line of sight of the Dyson swarm as the planet rotates. And I might just do that. Let me look at my notes and see what else I needed to do. So I'm trying to produce critical photons to produce antimatter. He's also apparently having a problem with quantum chips and graviton lenses. And let's see, I needed more hydrogen to produce deuterium to produce strange matter to produce graviton lenses. So I wanted to create more orbital collectors for that. And I needed apparently more power produced by my Dyson swarm. Oh, it's ticked back up now. I don't know, maybe it's let me see what the actual power demand is right now. Power... well... what? That said 800 megawatts, why is this only 200 megawatts? Micro system... so we're generating more than we're consuming over the system as a whole. That's good. Plenty of power on Coniferous 1. 2 is the gas giant around which we're orbiting. I don't know why my orbital collectors aren't showing up on this. Coniferous 3 is the Earth-like planet we're on. Earth-like in relative terms anyway. So we are demanding more than we're generating on this planet, which... do I just need to add more orbital collector or more... crap, so many little terms in this game. More ray receivers? Maybe. But that also won't fix this specifically, I think, because these have to be directly... like, it's not just enough for them to get power, like from the power grid. They actually have to be probably... well, wait. Let me look to have any in my inventory to read the description. Ray receivers. Receives high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson sphere or okay, so it does have to be received from the Dyson sphere and can be directly outputted to the power grid or stored as photons. Okay, so it does have to receive directly from the Dyson sphere. Oh, and hey, this one's maybe it's getting line of sight a little bit from over there. Kind of a problem. This planet is occasionally obscured by our friend, the ice giant planet. Ah, and they're like, yeah, they're all... so I'm gonna just leave these for now, I think, and go take a look at my other stuff. So many little things that it's hard to decide what to focus on, particularly while trying to talk and be an entertaining, relatively speaking, streamer. But I'm gonna also go take a look at my main research, well, my only research center, wherever I stuck that. Okay. On the opposite side of the planet from wherever I am, as usual. And slowing down, graceful re-entry. Okay, that was relatively smooth. Okay, so I wanted to... see, most colors of science are being produced, not getting much green. That was the one that required the graviton lenses. Is this a gravity matrix? So I wanted to, let's see, so these are producing white science because they're getting all these other items. So I was thinking that I would like extend all these lines out to here, which is the set of research stations, the set of matrix labs, pardon me, that are here to produce, well, they were here to produce, take all these white universe matrix cubes and research the end to the main quest line, which is this line in the tech tree. 24% completed. That's more than I thought. Like, we could just wait and beat the game, so to speak. Although the game would continue. That wouldn't be very interesting, would it? But there's also other things in the game which require, well, I don't think there's anything on the tech tree that require the white matrices. There are things, however, in that could be useful in the upgrade trees or upgrade lines. They're not really, none of them are really trees. Sure, pause the game while you autosave. That, yeah, none of them are trees. But some of these require the white science. Is there anything that requires both white science and the other flavors? I don't see anything. Yeah, everything's either or. Research speed. So I'm currently researching that main quest line, right? %, and excuse me a second. So how's everybody out there doing in Twitch.tv land? I just heard my neighbor slamming a door. I hope it's not like... Right. I just lost my train of thought. But, so we are getting some of the white science here. We want to get more of it. For this we need more antimatter, more of these green science. They look like candy, don't they? Kinda makes me want the Jolly Rancher. quantum chips. You have some graviton lenses, but you don't have quantum chips. Wonder why. Got some in transit though. We've got some antimatter, it looks like. So what are we going to do about this antimatter? We want it to be on the poles so that it will before I get into that, so I was thinking that I needed to like extend all of these lines down to here so that this stack could both be research, or no, so this stack would just be the research, but if I wanted to research something else I wouldn't have to switch it to this stack of towers, row of towers. But I think, given that all of the research items, the tech tree and upgrade items are either white science or the other kind of stuff, but not both, that I can just leave them like this and switch them as needed, and not have to extend those other candy looking lines. I really want candy right now. I don't think I have any in the house either. So I think what I was saying before I got onto that tangent was I need the don't want to do whatever that was. So I need my antimatter production to be on a pole, or at least the ray receivers that create the critical photons. Okay, gracefully re-entering. Cool. The ray receivers create the critical photons. They need to be on a pole of the planet, not like on the top of a pole, but you get what I'm saying. If there is anyone to get it. Feel free to say hello if you want. You don't have to. Welcome to just lurk. That's allowed. Won't be sad. Maybe a little sad. So what do I want to do? Maybe I just put some of these on a pole. Just get rid of these. Well, I'll leave them until I have a replacement. And then there's a room on this planet. Or maybe I can add them on a different one. Yeah, I think this one is pretty crowded, which is probably also going to be a problem. I don't need these solar panels. I think they're... But yeah, I think this planet's pretty crowded as far as room for polar solar collectors and polar ray receivers. Should get rid of these factories because they're kind of taking up valuable real estate near the pole. Although they are doing important stuff, I think, generating these whatever the pink things were. Huh. Yeah, so maybe I'll look at one of the other planets and see what kind of room we have on it. What? Why are you... That was a weird pop-up thing. Oh, you're not going to give me a view, maybe? So we can auto show, hide label, indicator. What is indicator? Oh, it gives what? That's weird. It looks like everything's like stretched out when I do that. That's weird. Actually, I'm gonna go take. I guess I'm gonna fly by the other planets and take a look at their real estate availability. Where's alright, don't re-enter. There we go. Heading for our sister moon, Corniferous 4. Accelerate, please. Whoa. Gravity's pulling us around a little bit there. Graceful re-entry, graceful re-entry. Nope. So we are using the pole a little bit for these just power ray receivers. What's this planet's power consumption look like? This is Corniferous 4. And we have much more than we need. So what I can do is switch some of these to photon generation and ship out the critical photons back to the home planet, moon. And yeah, plenty of critical photons for my beautiful universe matrix white cubes. So how are we going to ship that? This has... I want to make it... I mean, that would probably... Yeah, we'll just extend a belt out that way. Okay, so... You are going to switch to photon generation, and you, photon generation, and you, not too far, photon generation. Be nice if they like gave a visual indication that that's what they're, like that's the mode that they're in. Photon generation, and we'll see if that's enough for now. Add belts. Of course it's on the far side. Where these belts need to go to? Okay, around here. Let's avoid that patch of stone veins. You are on photon generation, so I will give you a belt to give me the beautiful photons. Connect, thank you. And you are on photon generation, so here's your belt. And you are on photon generation. Okay, so hopefully I have not destroyed the power. What? Why is there now so much more generation capacity here than... Like, it wasn't that much, was it? Do the critical photons count as more power in the statistics? Like, we kind of need like to take inventory or something somehow in this game, because it doesn't give you, or at least not that I can tell, a lot of visibility into where are all the resources coming from and going, and how much is being produced where. So it's like you need to play it with a spreadsheet. There is like a calculator thing to know how much of something to build. If you look for Factorio calculator, I think. Like it's Factorio being a different game that's sort of what am I sending here? Show me, there it is. Critical photons, and we are supplying. And we've got enough drones, and we've got power. Okay. Why doesn't it show? Maybe it's just loading up on a drone, so it doesn't. That's fine. And then we need to tell the interstellar tower to supply it and locally demand it, which is on the opposite side of the planet as usual. Gracefully re-entering. Oh, that was smooth. Okay, you have no spaces. You have spaces. So locally demand. Local demand, remote supply of critical photons, and hey, we're already getting some in transit. So let's go back to our home planet Moon, whatever that might be. Should see it by now, shouldn't we? There you are. And I guess we'll still probably have a little bit of a lag when this moon is in the shadow of its parent gas giant, ice giant. Okay, so head for these interstellar towers. Slowing down. This is not going to be that graceful a re-entry, is it? Alright, and which one of you wants to receive my critical photons? You? Yes, please receive. Local supply, remote demand. Alright. Where the heck are the particle colliders that I need to be supplying these photons? Over here on the opposite side of the planet. Alright. So do I even need these ray receivers? You can just pick these up and put them on the other planet. So you receive me some critical photons, please. Critical photons. Demand. Alright, and a belt to receive them upon. Photons. There we go. Got a cough. Hold on. So anybody watching here played Factorio? I've never played it myself, but I hear it's similar to this game, but less spacey. So, okay, what's our story with the critical photons? Nothing in transit yet, probably because our interstellar tower hasn't received them. Can we tell on the map? What's going on between these? What are you carrying? Logistics vessel? Alright, come on. Be in transit. Be in transit. So... Zero, zero. Okay, so I'm just gonna nuke these and put them. What? What's your problem? Because power. So maybe I do need ray receivers on this little. You connected to the power grid. Stop complaining. Maybe those were acting as their connection to the rest of the power grid, so I cannot put it here. Okay. How about now? We're good? Thank you. And delete these. So, come on, be in transit. What about our... interstellar tower? Is it receiving them? In the wrong, there you are. Interstellar towers. Re-entering. Critical photons. Nothing in transit. Why not? What's your problem? Remote demand. We just not received enough of them from the other, or has the other tower not received enough to send them out? So I said I would be talking about whatever. But so far I've just been talking about this game. I don't know. What shall I talk about? I think I mentioned last stream that I got my first vaccination shot. Oh, it was like right next to the planet. The shot wasn't next to the planet, it was on the planet. Little soreness in the place where the shot was, in my arm. Otherwise, no ill effects yet. This is not where I need to be on this planet. We are up here. South pole to the left. Okay. Right? Is this... Are we on the wrong pole of the planet? Yeah. I think it must be the other pole where we were doing our critical photon thingamajig. Entering. Alright, so are you giving me your photons? What's your problem? Not generating? No, there went one. Cool, cool. Kind of need a better view of the Dyson swarm than that, I think. I wonder if we did have a better view if... I don't know. But I'll go ahead and add the 4... these need to be that closer to the pole. 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and add them, and so are these also already set up? Yeah, okay, just need to build them up. Take a lot of time. Take 81% of a minute. So what's 80% of a minute? Is 4/5 of a minute is 48 seconds to produce one of these per dish. That's not a lot, so I guess maybe we just, unless we want to really scale that up. How's our power consumption doing? It's good, I guess. I think if we have the items, yeah, I think that's what we will do. We will add more dishes, create more critical photons, because we don't want to wait forever for this science to finish. So need foundation support. I'll show you foundation support. May as well go for broke with these. Gone all the way around? Oh, alright. That's... Sure. Which one is you? This whole line of them was generating critical photons, in theory. More like a ring in a line. So yeah, I guess a lot of people are getting vaccinated. I didn't expect to be vaccinated this early, but I think there must have been like cancellations in appointments or something, but they didn't, you know, they didn't tell me what the reasoning was or anything. I didn't ask. Everybody was pretty busy giving people shots or getting people set up to go where they needed to go in the it's not very efficient to go all the way around the planet like that from here, but it'll be fine. You need belts to go there. So yeah, it was like a big, I was kind of expecting like a doctor's office type thing, but they were set up in like a community center building, which is basically like, it's like a place where you could hold basketball tournaments or something. Like it's got the basketball markings on the floor. I didn't see any hoops, but it's like they had space in this big like metal building for like, these are out of that's fine. They'll come back into range when the planet spins. Or could we maybe move it up closer to the pole? So yeah, it was this big building. And it wasn't like crowded in the sense that you were close to everybody. Like everybody was, you know, the lines were all social distanced. People standing 6 feet apart. Done generation. So hopefully I have all these set correctly. And everything was pretty efficient. They gave me the second appointment right there, so I had been kind of wondering, like, I'll get this shot, but when's the second appointment going to be? But you know, they just, right as they were, you know, looking at my ID and whatnot and checking me in, I guess. They said this is when your next appointment is and what time's good for you. And a very efficient operation going on. So I'm glad it seems to be going smoothly, getting everybody vaccinated, at least here. There's a lot of photons coming down this belt, but what else? We'll take it. So you are shipping out your critical photons, and so what's the deal with our interstellar tower? Where is it anyway? Over there. This one? Okay, so it's got them coming in. Is it shipping them out? Look at that nice drone with our cargo on it. What about logistics vessels? I think maybe it's got to get to 10% of the max storage rate. Whoa, wait, is that one? Is that one? Hello? No, that's an iron ingot. So yeah, maybe it has to get to 10% of its capacity before it starts shipping them out, so that it's not sending a bunch of empty vessels. That's gonna take a while, isn't it? So why don't I decrease that capacity to 1,000? And 1,000. So then when it gets to 100, so the next time it receives a shipment, next drone that comes in, should send out its next drone with a critical photon on it, or a stack of them. No rush though, just whenever. Oh, okay, so we've got more than 100 in storage. And you should be sending out a logistics vessel pretty soon with my photons on them. Come on. Send out some photons. Tower. Do your job. Not like I got places to be or anything. Not like there's a whole solar system that needs my attention. Receiving another drone with... So you're gonna ship them out or what? Sit and watch this, or maybe I should just go back to the other planet and check on things. shipping them out. If I do like, no, does it let me drag it? That will send them out. That's good. So now it's got some going out. Hopefully Coniferous. Where's Coniferous 2? Looks like they're on the other side of the planet. I saw a critical photon logistics vessel. And you are complaining about power. I wonder why. This one. Was it the front one or the back one? Back one, yes. So you currently are not storing or transiting anything. Such a low volume item that I guess it takes a long time to fill up its drones and logistics vessels. So yeah. So where is my... There they are. We got some coming in. Literally nothing. Got a filter set, right? Got drones. They've obviously been receiving something because they're outputting their hydrogen and anti-hydrogen, antimatter. Lack of material. So maybe that's the challenge of the main quest, is that you have to scale up this production of critical photons enough so that this antimatter production doesn't take forever, and subsequent research that uses them doesn't take forever. I mean, I could ship them in from another star that I make a whole planet of ray receivers. If I have enough ray receivers, which I don't currently. Need to add some ray receivers for power on this planet. Okay, where do we have space for that? Near a pole. Let's go there. Okay, we probably better space would better be used by ray receivers than by these solar panels. So delete you. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, 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 delete. Some on the other side if we can. Lack of item. Obviously we can't if we don't have the item. But we want them closer to the pole. So delete, delete, delete. And delete. One, right. There. Right. Maybe? No, can't fit them there. Delete, delete, delete. Slide. Go. How's our power looking now? Coniferous, no, not Conorani, Australis. Coniferous 3. And holy crap. We're using more than twice the amount of power that we are generating on this planet. That is not a good thing. I'm gonna have to go and grab more ray receivers and scatter them about. Where is my area that's producing things? On the other side of the planet. As always. This, I don't think is where I was supposed to be. I'll grab some things while I'm over here though. dump off. Oops. Drop off some stuff in the junk drawer here. Can always use more belts. Come on. And do we have any array receivers here while we're looking? I don't think we probably do. Got windmills. Oh, got some in here. Alright, so we'll go up here to the, I guess it's the west, and find, hopefully that we've produced, no, that's not where we're producing them. Although, there should be some batteries that I can grab, and maybe some hydrogen. Orbital collectors. Nice. Don't remember what I needed hydrogen for. Something to do with green science. Okay, so I was going to go and get array receivers, which are, I think, being produced over here somewhere on this North Pole factory. How to call it? There they are. How to call it? Santa's workshop, right? And probably need to disassemble it for space, because North Pole is where we need to put array receivers. I don't know if we're there yet. And we've got plenty of them. Let's just grab all we can. Where do we want to put them? Besides here. Any room here? Whoa, there's a spot. And yeah, maybe? No? Come on, be nice. Be nice to me. Nope. That's one. Yep. There. One right there. Somehow receiving. That's good. And where else can we put them? Anywhere. over here as well. Oh, come on. At some point, I should probably figure out how to just get rid of this oceany water area, build new land. Well, not much to figure out. There's like there's an item that is being produced in small quantities that I should produce in larger quantities to I forget what it's called, but deuterium production. Do I want to block that? I'm gonna leave it alone. In terms of, actually no. If I need more deuterium, I'll make it somewhere else. So if anybody is watching, feel free to say hello in chat. Feel free to lurk as well if you want. Nothing wrong with that. But certainly make this a more interesting stream if I had others to talk to. Just saying. Is this not too far south? Surprised that these are like doing anything at all, because they're, I don't know, are they doing less than the ones that are closer? So this is producing, well, I guess its output is declining relative to the ones in a better position. How's my total output doing? Horribly still. So we'll take some more array receivers over here. There's spot. About, no, not over here. Come on, it'll fit. Go. How about now? Any better? 130 megawatts. So we're at about 50% of the required demand. So let's see what kind of space we have on the South Pole. We have enough. Okay, we've got like 50 array receivers in my inventory. No, wait, no, right here is where we need to be. Okay. And the South Pole is mostly ocean, and that's annoying. get rid of these solar panels because the ray receivers are going to do, hopefully make better use of the line of sight. Maybe this one as well. So, no, I don't know, maybe that was a mistake. There's a spot there and there. How about over? We don't even need these towers, do we? Delete, delete. I guess we do need bigger foundation support for this than we would for a tower. But like these act as a node of the power grid, so if there's space that's occupied by a tower that would be better served by a ray receiver, we can get rid of the tower. And you towers are dismissed. This probably far enough from the pole that it won't always be within line of sight. But okay. But it should get some power from the swarm. See, these are still powered because, yeah. Nation support. So that's probably not gonna. What if I put one like that somewhere? No, maybe? No, fine. Rewire. Have power here. Okay. So, okay, how does that? So that's another 10, 12 megawatts, it looks like. Only like 115 to go. 110, 115 to go, which is going to be what, 50? Gosh. Is there a way to use these more efficiently, I wonder? Receives higher energy rays transmitted from the Dyson swarm or Dyson sphere. Received energy can be directly outputted to the power grid, stored as photons, and there was like something in the guide about when put in the graviton lens, receiving power becomes 2 times. Okay, so if I feed these graviton lenses, I can unlock the photon generation mode. So the photon generation mode wait. So if I put these in photon generation mode, they will output more power. Like 5 times more power. Is that right though? Power generation and photon generation. So I can feed them. So they just, as a side effect of being in photon generation mode, they output more power. Could that be right? So I need somewhere to send the photons. Maybe that tower. Let's see how it does if we turn some of these into photon generators. Belt here. So critical photons supply. You got your drones. And so we're coming out of this one and telling it generate photons. And how about other ones? Let's give the other one some belts and say generate photons. Generate ye some photons. Photon generation. Yeah, so that's generating 8 megawatts as opposed to like 1.6 megawatts. So is that actually affecting the... I don't know. Well, let's, next one we change over, we can tell it, or we can alright, so you are currently on power generation, generating 800 kilowatts, switching to photon generation, and you're generating 4 megawatts. So, that go up? Supposed to, I did that wrong. Power generation, 131 megawatts, 133. Photon generation, 130, 132, 133. I don't know. I don't know. We'll try it and see how it goes, and if not, we'll just switch them back. Grid weirdness, because we're near the pole. Photon generation mode. And there's some grid weirdness right there. Photon generation mode. Oops. Go. Some belts and photon generation. Does that... Is that doing anything? And no, it's getting worse. I think slightly trending down, it looks like. Or could that just be because it's ramping up? I don't know. It's generating Should add like should have added like 20 megawatts if it was working, but it does not seem to be. In fact, has seemed to have decreased the megawatts. This is power. Wait, that's set to power generation. What about this one? No, these are not. These aren't built it up, so no point. Okay, so if we change it back to power generation and power generation, power generation, power generation, power generation, power generation, then, but come on. Yeah, so that brought it back up by like 15 to 20. Okay. Alright, so I guess I just add more of these in regular power generation mode. Maybe I look into adding graviton lenses. I don't know, maybe maybe there's a way to use those critical photons instead of just trucking them out. Built. What if I switch one to photon generation mode and don't? 36, 40. Which one was that? Power generation. I don't know. It's hard to tell with it like fluctuating a little bit. Is there space for another receiver here? Come on. No? What about if I move this one a little bit? And delete the belt. Delete the belt. Should be more room for really not many valid spaces for it right there. Are there? What about over here? No. What's the foundation look? Yeah, there's plenty of foundation over here. Does that power the? Apparently not. There we go. Alright. So we need like 50 more of these, I think, from somewhere, or we need to figure out a different way of getting power, like putting them on another planet and, I don't know, using the antimatter stuff to generate power somehow. Can we do that? Is there like a thing in our recipes that lets us the accumulator? Probably looking right at it somewhere in this list, this screen. Well, I don't know. I know there's a way with the what were they called? These things. Energy exchanger. Let's see, it stores surplus energy into accumulators and releases the energy stored in the full accumulator. So it just stores them, which could be useful if we have receivers on the equator, or if we're receiving from a different planet and shipping the power via the accumulators. So we could do something like that. Like we'd have a lot more real estate to, like, for adding these like ray receivers on another planet, and then we put the energy into an accumulator. I've got a recipe for that somewhere in this. I don't know where it is. And charge them up by energy exchangers, charge the accumulators rather, and then ship the charged accumulators to this planet and discharge the accumulators via other energy exchangers. So we could do that, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have a think about that and have some dinner. So I'll end the stream there. Maybe I'll work on fixing the power problem some more next stream. So thank you for watching, and until next time, so long, fellow aliens.